video that I shared, mental health is very key. Yeah, and we know health is wealth. If you have lost your health, definitely you have lost everything, because all that you have worked for, you're going to pay even for hospital bills, your caregivers, they're going, you personally, you're drained. You see, you're losing more than you're gaining. Your productivity will be low, you'll be absent from work. You see, according to the World Health Organization, mental health is a basic human right. Yeah, you're entitled to good mental health. And what do we refer to mental health? In my notes, it refers to the cognitive, behavioral, and emotional well-being of the person. So here, technically, what you're talking about is about your feelings, your behaviors, and your thoughts. Yeah, those processes, how normal or rather how skewed they are from normal. Yeah. um it as the foundation for emotions, thinking, communication, learning, resilience, hope, and self-esteem. You understand those things? Emotions, how you feel basically. Thinking, unafikiria nini. Communication, learning, resilience, hope, and self-esteem. Let me tell you, when you're mentally ill, it's a threat to your present life. You understand? You lose concentration, um, your quality sleep becomes deprived, pain, aches, numbness. So it really affects you in your present life, and it will even reflect more in the future. 3 months, 1 year, 10 years. It depends on the individual and their coping skills. What are the causes of mental illness? So basically, it's all about the same war. The environmental factors, biological factors. We can have traumas. Yeah, traumas basically so all the hurts and pains that one has experienced. Yeah, we shall even see delve deeper into this under post-trauma syndrome depression disorder. And it could also be a stressful life. Yeah, so let me mention some of the things from what I gathered. One, it could be child abuse. And when we talk about child abuse, it could be even verbal. You tell mtoto, we ni mjinga, we ni nini, eh? wewe ni mbaya, we ni mchoyo. And especially for children who are sensitive, or children whose love language is affirmations, you have spoiled that child, you've lost that child. Remember, the foundation is between 0 to 9 years, so you have lost it. Also, when you keep beating a baby over and over instead of even giving them a chance to make mistakes, so at the end of the day, they gonna have this mental illness. Yeah, they will at one point have a mental breakdown because they were not given the opportunity to thrive. Another thing is about trauma. I remember there's this time, yeah, this Mandamano period, and I could read Makovi's post where one Tuesday, or was it a Thursday? I think it was on a Tuesday, she had witnessed massive killings, and she was like, she just needed sleep. She didn't want to talk. I mean, that's a trauma. So those massacre, the police brutality, it could be robberies, the gunism actually can be a traumatizing event that you don't want to even associate with. Sometimes it could be neglect, maybe a child who was left, or a partner who is not present, they're not even taking responsibility, yeah, for their absence, etc. Or even financially, yeah, neglect is neglect. Another thing could be racism. I remember this book with Nyeusi. For those who did it, you're likely to get depressed if you face racism, even in your own country. Sometimes you go, especially in the hospitality industry, you can find maybe someone, because of their skin color, they're given certain privileges that you don't have access to, or even the search. Maybe they do a thorough research on you, search on you, frisking because you have these dreadlocks and because of your color, but someone else is not treated the same way. Yeah, that becomes a challenge. Sibling rivalry also comes in, especially where the parents are favorite, have are partisans. Yeah, they have this person they love more than the other, and it's so obvious. Another thing could be poverty or debt. When you're in poverty or debt and your creditors are on your neck, you'll have a rough time, because, and maybe you don't have a stable income source, or you don't know, you're uncertain what next. They have paid them, how you're going to survive. So that is going to put you on a mental breakdown. Another thing could be abuse of drugs and substances. Yeah, even if they're over the counter drugs, so that's likely to also affect you. Another thing could be biological factors. Some it's genetics, and not really even genetics. The fact that we have some inherent lifestyles that we cope with in our families, we find it continues, right? Another thing could be witnessing violence. Yeah, especially if you witness the post-election violence of 2007, 2008. It was traumatizing also. So yeah, it could be unkind words that were used on you. They were hurtful. They say um, words break more. The tongue breaks more. Yeah, it's a small member of the heart. The Bible is so clear that the tongue is a small member of the body, but it can bring wreckage. Yeah, we think that words don't break. They break people more than even the real baggage. Another thing could be poor sleep, anger, poor lifestyle. For example, you're ever on sugar addiction. Sugar addiction can affect you because your insulin is up and down. It's not that stable, so that will lead to depression at one point. Yeah, another thing could be anxiety and fear. And that's why I usually say fear is false experiences appearing real. I'm gonna tell you, they're seeing snakes, they're seeing this, they're afraid of heights. So personally, I know I'm afraid of heights. And what else do I fear? Darkness? Not really. But I intentionally try to conquer my fears. Like for bridges and heights, I tried to cross through bridges where we have the railways, like remember around Kenyatta University. Yeah, and it has really helped. So maybe I should now try bungee jumping. I should try zip lining, try to conquer your fears. I used to fear people, but right now, look at me, look at me. Yeah, I'm an educator, I talk in front of people. People can't even believe I used to be camera shy, and right now, once I'm on the camera, you have to do something to stop me from talking a lot. Yeah, honestly, that's God. That is God. Yeah. Another thing could be sexual assault. Yeah, especially if you were assaulted by someone who is meant to protect you, maybe your brother, your sister, your mother, your father. There's this thing they call parentizing. Yeah, you you become parentified. For example, you for example, your mom has died and your dad decides to parentify you. You're taking care of your maybe younger siblings, and he wants sexual favors. That becomes a trauma, you know, without consent, or if even if it's with consent. Sexual assault is sexual assault and it's abuse, and the perpetrators need to be behind the bars. Unfortunately, you find even in the teaching professions we have people who commit such grievous, heinous, unspeakable acts, and they're out there on the streets continuing with their agenda when they should be really behind the bars, or better still, on the guillotine. Yeah. And this is a conversation that we're not ready for as a society. You will be like, that's my husband, that's my boyfriend, how could I do that? That's my child, he can never be behind the bars, please forgive him. And we keep doing these things instead of just doing the right thing. A criminal is a criminal and should be treated like one. Yeah. But this idea of doing kamkunji and solving things in a juakali system, come on. What are we even people talking? I wonder. I really wonder. What are people talking? Someone is hurt and we don't want to own up. But like, yeah, just go and delete the evidence. And I don't think there's a way, maybe an under 18 can, even if they said yes, I don't think they mean a yes. This, yeah. I think it's high time get to up our game as adults, own up our mistakes and just do the right thing. Yeah, and not be propagators and creating fertile ground for such criminals. Could be toxic relationship. Oh my, I can't talk enough about relationships. Let me tell you, you'd rather break an engagement than why? Just come out alive. Don't even stay in a toxic. Yeah, I know God hates divorce. Personally, I feel like it can be a confusing moment, but you just rather live with a straight form frame of mind than lose yourself, lose your brain, lose your soul. You're staying somewhere maybe all because of the children. These children will grow and leave you there. And in fact, they will not appreciate the fact that you stayed in a toxic place and exposed them to all that trauma. So, depends. You have to make the right decision at whatever you decide to choose. But whatever you do, on days you don't know what to choose, please choose your mental health. Choose your mental peace. Choose freedom. Choose even if it's coming from family members, you need to create the boundaries and yeah, respect them. You can abhor them, you can love them from afar. You don't have to condone some things. Oh, because you're my boyfriend, you're my girlfriend, you're my spouse, you're my father, and you condone that. No, you can love them from afar and wish them well. Yeah, it saves everyone. There are places that you go and you feel more depressed than when you came in. You feel lonely, yet you're with people. That's the sad truth. So you need to have a good relationship. And what I can say on top of that is that the best relationship you can have is with your creator. The rest could perish, they could be fake, you know. No, even if it's so unfortunate, even in this society, even parents could be materialistic, you know. They love you as long as they are receiving something from you. When you go down, they will not even contact you. And for those who have understanding parents like me, let's be ever, forever grateful for such an opportunity. You understand? Is extreme perfectionism. Cannot emphasize this enough. The people who have extraordinary expectations, you know, you want perfect, but there's really nothing perfect. Or you need to define your perfect, you know. Not because of this, you find you have high expectations, the pressures are big. First, you're putting pressure on yourself and those around you, and it's not healthy at all. It's not healthy. Isolation, you remember, like during the COVID period, at least everyone went through a mental breakdown because we were not allowed to socialize, keeping the 1 meter distance. For those who fellowship, you know, we believe that when you fellowship with others, there's that joy, the connection. So you can imagine you just locked up in some house, or you're in quarantine. It was really hard time, a difficult time. You don't know what next. Where's your next meal coming from? It was terrible, terrible. So a lot of people were put into stress. Another thing could be news of death or even a breakup. Personally, I hate being a bearer of bad news because someone can even faint. And nowadays, people have underlying issues. You can get to break the news, and maybe someone just falls down and they sleep forever. Forever. What will you do? Another thing will be constant criticism, especially if it's destructive criticism, whereby you don't appreciate someone's work, or you yourself as an individual, you have negative self-talk. You know, you're your own criticizer. So yeah, you'll get a mental breakdown. Sometimes the other cause is that you have a lot in your mind. You don't have priorities. You just want. Instead of breaking things bit by bit and finding a solution out. Another reason, physical health. Of course, if it's going down on you, let's say maybe you're obese and people keep saying, you're fat, and you don't like such comments. After some time, you're going to lose that battle and you'll break down because your self-image has been compromised. Or even the way, basically, you know, maybe you were sick from malaria, you know, and you still have those traces that you were sick, you know, you're still recovering. Look into the mirror and you're like, oh jeez, is that me? You'll have a mental breakdown. Or you're sick, you're admitted. Like there was this case in my area of a teacher madam. So yeah, she went and bore her child, yeah, Nini. Then she got hospitalized for over 3 months. You know, you take loans, you do everything within your means to access this medical health care. So you get the Medicare, yes, but the bill, man, you have maybe sold your house, maybe it was even on mortgage. You working, your co-partner is becomes a caregiver, so definitely there's no money coming in. You've been absent for work for more than 3 months, so yeah, so you don't expect much. You've exhausted maybe your NHIF. You're trying to solicit for funds from friends, but they're not able to reach that target. It's over millions. Definitely, you'll have a mental breakdown. And maybe you have these dependents. Children are supposed to go to school and you see them at home because there's no money coming in. You have a small child who needs milk, who needs diapers. So, oh my. Like today, I was reading this morning about a post where one asked, "What is keeping you up this late?" And people were like, some it was toothache, others was stress. You don't have a job, but you have responsibilities. Some it was sick babies. You see, of these things, you're trying to crack your mind and you're not finding a solution. So that could be a mental breakdown. Things could be even inflicted by academic pressures. Let's say you have got the retake, and the next minute, if you fail the retake, the second, the third chance, you're getting an academic. It's not even suspension. You're just going to no longer be a student. Yeah. So yeah, hope I have been able to exhaust some of the causes of mental illness. In the next video, I'm going to share about the signs of mental illness. Till then, happy new for Truth Keep it locked here in Teachcrest. Comment, subscribe, and share. Bye.